morning, people. Today, we're gonna go over Nmap live host discovery. That is part of the Junior Penetration testing path on Tryhackme. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Um, as the previous rooms, Nmap, this room probably has a lot of reading and not probably. We don't have a lot of hands-on experience to gain from. But going over Nmap, Nmap is a very good tool to know about, especially for enumeration and even for any type of reconnaissance about the host that we are trying to discover. So let's go ahead and get started with the Nmap. So during the Nmap host scanning, uh, Nmap enumerate the targets and discover any live hosts, reverse DNS lookup, and then scan the ports and detect any versions, what kind of operating system the host has, and then trace route. Trace route, I think I covered this in the previous room, where it tells you the outline and how the router and uh, the LAN, the local access network, is configured. And then the script Nmap has its own script that you could use for like exploitation, and then and the right output, that is where you get the result, or the scan result, and you can actually have it as a file. So pretty much that's what it is on task one. On task two, talks about subnetworks. They actually give us a simulated network. Let me see. We can actually view site and then get uh, um, the better understanding of how it works. We have three computers connected to one switch, and then we have another LAN with three computers with a switch, and then these two dedicated switches are connected with a router. Um, So let's review a couple of terms before we move on to the main task. A network segment is a group of computers connected using a shared medium. So that's pretty much this. We could call this a network segment. Um, the medium can be the Ethernet or switch. In our case here, it is a switch. There is a switch one and switch two. They are connected. These segments are connected with a router. The network segment refers to physical connection, while a subnetwork refers to logical connection. Um, that's kind of pretty much what the idea is. So, as part of the reconnaissance, we want to discover more information about a group of hosts or about a subnet. If you are connected to the same subnet, you would expect your scanner to rely on ARP, that is the resolution protocol. Queries to discover live host. An ARP query aims to get the hardware address or MAC address. So most of the time, if we run the scan, and if we get the MAC address, that means we are most likely in the local network. We are connected to the same subnet. That's when we can actually get the let's start the attack box. And we have the simulator here. We actually have it running up, and then so send a packet with the following from computer one to computer one to indicate that it is broadcast, and then packet type will be ARP request, and then the data will be computer six, because we are asking for computer six MAC address using ARP request, and then how many devices can see the ARP request. So let's go ahead and get it started. We click on computer one to computer one. Packet type would be ARP request. Where is ARP request? Right here. And the data would be computer sinks. Don't think we're supposed to be putting anything here, to be honest, but let's go ahead and send the packet. You guys could see how the packets will be transferred through the connection. Boom. As soon as you send the packet, it goes here, goes to all of them. But we have not gotten any response back, so it goes to 1, 2, 3, and then back to computer 1. to, I guess, to 4. Is it 3 or 4? Are we supposed to be counting this? Let's get the hint. Do not count the switch when counting the devices. So if I don't count the switch, it goes back to computer 1, goes to computer 2, it goes to computer 3, it goes to the router. So probably 3 to 4. I'm not sure if I was supposed to count the computer 1, the source. So it would be 4 or 3. Let's go ahead and start it. Yep, it is 4 since we counted the computer 1 too. And then did computer 6 receive the ARP request? No, it did not. So we can go ahead and nay that. I don't think it did. Yeah, it did not. And then send a packet with the following from computer 4 to computer 4 with packet type of ARP request. And the data would be computer 6. So let's go ahead and get started with this one. We have computer 4 to computer 4. The packet type would be ARP request. And the data would be computer 6. Computer 6. My microphone is right in front of my face. That's why I couldn't really type. So we send it out there. And then computer 6 sends back our response. Hey, computer 4, I'm computer 6. We got for ARP request on the network log. We have the ARP request showing us that the computer 6 is trying to make the connection. How many devices can see the ARP request? About 1, 2, 3, 4. As earlier, about 4, unless we not counting computer 6. I mean computer 4. What was the hint they gave us? Do not count the switch when counting the devices. We did not count it. And then the computer 6 reply with ARP requests. Yes, it did. Actually, it responded with ARP response, not request. But yeah. And then for task 3, we are enumerating targets. So what is the IP address? What is the first IP address Nmap will scan if you provide 10, 10, 12, 13, and or over 29 as your targets? Sorry. So what's the first IP address Nmap will scan if you provide 10, 10, 12, 13, 29 as your target? Our given hint is run Nmap SLN 1329. Let's go ahead and run that in our attacking machine. So we can open terminal, and then all we have to do is I don't think we can paste it here. Yeah, you got to use the given dedicated clipboard, and then you can just copy from here. Okay, and then you can just hide this part. Boom, paste it. So the Nmap scan for the first scan they did was 10, 10, 12, 8. So we can go ahead and answer that question. 10.10.12.8. And how many IP addresses will Nmap scan if you provide the following? From 101 to 125, it would be around 125, I believe. No, light. What's the hint? Run this Nmap request in the attacking machine. We cannot paste it yet, so we gotta go on clipboard. Paste it there. I'm not sure if I was supposed to copy it again, but doesn't matter. I'm just gonna paste it here. Boom. Nmap done 64,000 IP addresses. 0 hosts up, scanned in 0.08 seconds. So we have 6,400. We can go back and write 6,400 and submit, and boom. We are discovering live hostess on task 4. So for discovering live host, we just make sure that you get yourself familiarized with the ISO or LSI and the TCP/IP model. The little trick I use is just get the first letters P, D, N, T, S, P, A. Then I say, please do not throw sausage pizza away. That's kind of what I use to to memorize it. I actually use that for my Security Plus. And the ICMP is just we use it to ping. If you want to ping a system with the subnet, an ARP query should be proceed with the ICMP echo. And then we use TCP and UDP transport layers for network scanning purposes. We could actually send a specifically crafted packet to a common TCP and UDP port to check whether the target will respond. If you have closed the network simulator, click on the view side button and task 2 to display it again. We are actually haven't closed it yet. So we will send a packet with the following from computer 1 to computer 3, and the packet type will be ping request, computer 3, computer 1 to computer 3, and the packet type will be ping request. Do we have ping request? Yes, we do have ping request. And I don't think it matters what you put on in the data. We can go ahead and send the packet. It goes here, transfer to 4. Computer 3 goes back, a response back to computer 1. So here on the log, we can actually see who has computer 3 tell computer 1. We send the ARP request, and then computer 1 responded saying, "Hey, computer 1, I'm computer 3." That is our ARP response we got from computer 3. And then the ping sending ping request to packets from computer 1 to computer 3. And then I don't think we had the three-way handshake here yet, but the idea is pretty much what that is. So what is the type of packet that computer 1 sent before the ping? That is the ARP request. Because right here, as we could see here on the, what the heck? Okay, yeah, ARP request is what we sent. So we can go ahead and answer it with ARP request. And what is the type of packet that computer 1 received before being able to send a ping? That would be obviously ARP response. And then how many computers responded to the ping request? Let's go ahead and send it again. Boom, send it. Okay. It's not going to send it because we already have a stable connection between computer 1 and 3. So unless we reset the whole thing up, we won't be able to find out. I wish I could. There's no reset button here. So how many computers responded to the ping request? How many is that? Is it one? One? Let's try one. But I know it's not one. Probably 3. Oh, it is 1. Because only computer 3 responded, I guess. The other ones ignored it. And send a packet with the following from computer 2 to computer 5. Computer 2 to computer 5. With what? The packet type will be ping request. Okay. What's the name of the first device that responded to the first ARP request? Let's go ahead and send that first. Computer 2 to computer 5. We send it back. The router sends it back. It goes back again to the router. It goes all the way here. Computer 5 responds back. Okay, that's a lot of connection. What's the name of the first device that responded to the first ARP request? Probably the router is what the first device that responded. Yeah, what's the name of the first device that responded to the second ARP request? Probably the switch 2, right? Or computer 5. Maybe it's the computer 5. Yep. Because and then send another ping request. Did it require a new ARP request? No, I don't think it would because we already had that connection. So we just go connect it and then goes all the way back to computer 2. Yeah. So did it require a new ARP request? No, because we already made the connection. So they didn't have to. And then we are done with task 4 and task 5. It's a lot of reading, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys read that real quick, and I'll be right back. ARP scan is possible only if you are on the same subnet as the target system. As I was mentioned earlier, that's when you could actually get the MAC addresses as shown below. If you want to get an ARP scan without port scanning the target, all you have to put is Nmap tag PR tag SN and then the IP address or the target machine. And that's pretty much what the idea is. So let's go ahead and run our sudo nmap this way. We avoid scanning the ports, the SN, and the PR would give the ARP request. And we found about 13 hosts were up. Yeah, so this one, we found about 13 hosts were up for Nmap. Let's go ahead and dig in, actually answer these questions here. In this case, in the attack box, we had the IP address 10.10.210.6, and they used ARP request to discover the live hosts on the same subnet. And we actually got the MAC addresses as shown here. We do have the MAC addresses of the targets. That means we are in the same subnet network since we're using that machine. But if I were to run this from my host machine, let's go ahead and open my if I were to run it here, we probably would get the same thing without the MAC address, since we cannot actually get the MAC address since we're not in the same. Yep, we get the scan report. The host is up. We have about 13 hosts up, but we won't be able to get the MAC address since we are not on the same sub network. So that's kind of what the idea is here. And then we could have actually caught that in our Wireshark. Could definitely demonstrate that. Let's get started with our Wireshark and see what we have. Okay, let's go ahead and run this again. But right before you run it, let's go ahead and that's gonna be here. And then we run it here. And as soon as we run it, we get the protocol, and our Wireshark has been catching everything here. We caught about 13 hosts up. And here we will see what kind of requests that were sent with the protocol, with the ICMP, the TCP. If you scroll up, you get to see the TCP. Maximize that, we get the acknowledgement request. This is the ICMP request. This is the acknowledgement we made. This right here is acknowledgement. The ACK, it's a lot of ACK. And we have the request, the ICMP request. Scanned a lot of IP addresses in the range. So we can actually filter it out by just giving TCP or the protocol type or with the request type. And you could actually run this again and then to get the ARP scan and then see the protocol, what kind of protocol we will have since we running the ARP scan. We won't be having the protocol beside this. Hold up. Here for protocol, we have ICMP, TCP, and other stuff here. But if we run the ARP scan, it would just be the protocol would be just ARP scan. And that's pretty much what it is. Okay, so for our simulator, we will be sending broadcast ARP request packets from the following option from computer 1 to computer 1. And then to indicate it is broadcast, packet type would be ARP request. So from computer 1 to computer 1, the packet type will be ARP request. And then the data will be try all the possible 8 devices other than the computer 1. And the network computer 2, and computer 3, computer 4, computer 5, 6, switch 1, 2, and the router. How many devices are you able to discover using ARP request? Okay, so from computer 1 to computer 1 with ARP request, send it, boom, boom. We have not discovered anything. So we will try computer 2. Boom, boom. We have not no, we can't find anything with our request. Computer 3. We are not finding anything from computer 3. Computer 4. Boom, Boom. We're not finding anything with ARP request. Computer 5. We are not getting any response. Computer 6. So we are not really getting anything. Besides the fact that it's passing through switch 1 to the router and switch 2. I don't even think it got to switch 2, honestly. Let me see. Switch 1, the router. Yeah, it stops at the router. So it goes to maybe 2. How many devices are you able to discover using ARP request? So according to the simulation, it's 0. But I'm not sure that would be the right answer. It's not 1 because we have not gotten 1. The answer is probably 3 because I tried it last time, but I have no idea how they got 3, honestly. Let's go ahead and just answer this. Yeah, but I'm not sure how it is 3. The answer is 3. I'm not sure. I have no idea how that is. So let's go ahead and start with task 6. So for task 6, we have Nmap host discovery using ICMP. We can ping every IP address on target network to see how who would respond to our ping. But the only problem is most of the firewalls would block our ping request, so we might not be able to get the accurate information. For instance, in our case, we put sudo nmap.p tag pe tag sn, and then the given target machine. Let's go ahead and clear this out. Running it slow. So yep, tag pe tag sn. Is that what we have? Tag pe tag sn. Yep. Yeah. So we have about 13 hosts up. We have the MAC addresses. With the target IP address that we just discovered. Yeah, pretty much we have the same result. I'm just trying to show you guys the Wireshark result of this request that I'm going to be making. Paste it. Before I run it, let me go ahead and open my Wireshark, and I want you guys to follow along. As soon as I run it, you will see the protocol. You see how I'm getting a lot of ICMP, and I'm not getting any TCP or UDP. And as soon as it's done, the only protocols that we catch right here is the ICMP, and that is the echo ping request. Let's go ahead and go back. That's pretty much what we have here. And so adding the tag PP option tells Nmap to use ICMP timestamp request as shown in the figure below. So you put nmap tag pp tag sn and then the target machine. You could put it right here. You can run that again, and you will still have the ICMP with the timestamp request. But here you will have echo ping request on the information here, and the information you will get the timestamp request because that is how you use the PP. And this is the as shown in the figure above, to reply ICMP address mask request. If you use PM, here on the info, you'll get the address mask request. That's pretty much what the idea is. So what's the option required to tell Nmap to use ICMP timestamp? For timestamp, you put PP. And then what's the option required to tell Nmap to use ICMP address mask? That's IPM, PM, tag IPM. And what's the option required to tell Nmap to use ICMP echo to discover live host? That is tag P, was it E? Yes, sir. And then now we are gone. Let's go ahead and try tag 7. It looks like a lot of reading, so let's go ahead and get it started with task 7. The three-way handshake, we will have our host system and the target. We will send the sync flag, and then if it is up and running, the target, if it's up and running, it will send back the SYN and the acknowledgement, and then our host system will respond back with the ACK, the acknowledgement ping. That's where you send the acknowledgement only, and then you get back with it gets back with the reset flag. To run the TCPA acknowledgement ping, all you have to do is nmap tag PA. Tag SN is uh, to help us not to discover any open ports and stuff like that, not to scan the ports. And then the UDP ping, to run the UDP ping, all you have to do is tag PU, uh, tag PA, the acknowledgement, and tag. It's a lot of memorizing, so you can just take notes, honestly. And then tag PS is for send, acknowledgement A, and then UDP U, tag PU. Then that's pretty much what it is. So which TCP ping scan does not require a privileged account? Um, one, this right here, TCP SY, the send ping, because it requires the three-way handshake. So TCP send ping, and then which TCP ping scan requires a privileged account? Obviously, that's the TCP ACK ping. And then what option do you need to add Nmap to run a TCP send ping scan on the telnet port? On the telnet port. Telnet port is 2023, port 23, right? So what option do you need to add to Nmap to run a TCP send ping scan? So it will be tag PS, tag PS23, tag PS23 maybe, tag PS23. Boom. Yes, sir. And then we are on task 8, and okay. So we want Nmap to issue a reverse DNS lookup for all the possible hosts on a subnet. Hoping to get some insights from the names. What option should we add? We will use tag R, uh, and then pretty much the summary we have for the ARP scan. We have sudo nmap tag PR for ARP scan. For echo scan, we use tag PE. For timestamp, we use tag PP. For address mask scan, we use tag PM. For send ping, TCP send ping, we use uh, PS tag PS for send ping. For knowledge, we use tag PA. For ping UDP ping scan, we use tag PU. And then for tag N is for no DNS lookup. Tag R is for reverse DNS lookup for all hosts, and tag SN as discussed earlier for host discovery only, and where this is where we did not want to scan the ports. That's pretty much what this room is about. I'll see you guys in the next room. Peace.